Word became flesh and lived among us, and my body, your body, their bodies are home for the living God. Yes? Full of grace, full of truth. That is why I take my 11-year-old boy to drag shows in the summer with my friend and fellow church leader Kate and her 11-year-old boy. I want him to know that there is no wrong way to have a body, especially if you're a man. That bodies can be celebrated and played with. I want him to know that all bodies can shapeshift and be adorned with makeup and glitter. All bodies. I want him to know that there is no wrong way to live in his body, as long as his body is not hurting other bodies. Amen? I especially want him to know this if he turns out to be a heterosexual, able-bodied, and cisgendered man. I want to raise a boy who knows that he doesn't get to tell other people how to live in a body.
As you just saw from that clip, churches are getting weird. The LGBTQ plus community, it's getting involved in churches nowadays. I don't know how long this has been going on for, but it's happening now. The weirdest part about this is that they're targeting kids. What they're doing is having an effect in today's kids, which is the future of society. This is something that I find disturbing. This could be the most disturbing video I've ever made. And I've made some pretty disturbing videos. It's gonna be a sad world pretty soon. And all I have to say is save yourself. Save the ones around you. The people you love, the ones you can't save, because things are only going to get weirder from here.
Do you know that rainbows are another kind of symbol beyond what God intended the rainbow to mean? Jerian. It is a symbol for LGBTQ plus people. That is right. Katie, what do you call yourself?
Well, I call myself the same word that I just talked about a little bit up there. I identify as a queer woman, which means that I'm attracted to other women and not men.
Okay, so Katie identifies as queer.
That is such a weird word to identify yourself as. Queer. Why don't you just identify yourself as a lesbian? Like queer, you know, it's like an insult. It's an insulting way to call a gay person, right? To refer to them as. It's like, yeah, I identify myself as a bitch. Now, what is the true meaning of the rainbow in biblical terms? In the Bible, the rainbow is primarily a sign of God's covenant with Noah and all living creatures, promising never to flood the earth again. It's a symbol of God's faithfulness, mercy, and grace. The rainbow is also associated with the glory of God and is seen around his throne in visions. That's the true meaning of the rainbow. And this LGBTQ plus church is trying to change it. Who else would do something like that? Also, this is grooming at its finest. Literal queer demons teaching our children. You know, from watching this, from just this screenshot, you probably think, oh, they're just learning about colors, what the true meaning of the rainbow is. But no, it's learning about sexuality in church. And you know, this is everywhere. Disney, almost every movie nowadays, it's showing some queer stuff. I guess queer is not an offensive word anymore, but it's everywhere. And now in churches.
My pronouns are he, him, his. I have the privilege of serving as the pastor of Broadway United Methodist Church in downtown Orlando. And also my drag name is still a work in progress. So if you have any ideas, just please let me know. There's one floating around, but I'm not going to share that one with you. But I'm still taking other suggestions.
I got a cool name idea for you. How about Abomination? I mean, if this isn't the devil working, then I don't know what is. And what kind of cross is that? Is that a queer cross? I believe in letting people do what they want, to have the freedom of doing what they want, to think what they want, and to believe what they want. That's what God gave us. He gave us free will to do just that. Now, if you choose to follow this, if you choose to be part of it, well, that's on you. And the only person you're harming is you. because the Bible is clear on what you're supposed to do and not do. And being a drag queen pastor, it's not something you're supposed to do.
Word became flesh and lived among us, and my body, your body, their bodies are home for the living God. Yes? Full of grace, full of truth. That is why I take my 11-year-old boy to drag shows in the summer with my friend and fellow church leader Kate and her 11-year-old boy. I want him to know that there is no wrong way to have a body, especially if you're a man, that bodies can be celebrated and played with. I want him to know that all bodies can shapeshift and be adorned with makeup and glitter, all bodies. I want him to know that there is no wrong way to live in his body, as long as his body is not hurting other bodies, amen? I especially want him to know this if he turns out to be a heterosexual, able-bodied, and cisgendered man. I want to raise a boy who knows that he doesn't get to tell other people how to live in a body.
What is this, the Church of Satan? Can you just please stop grooming children? I don't even know how this is legal. But in all honesty, where are the dads? You know, I keep watching these videos, but I only see women doing this to their kids, to their sons. But where are the dads? What's going on? You know, having a kid in today's society, it's dangerous. It's scary. There's just so much, only so much that you can actually control when it comes to what your kids are exposed to in this world. And being raised in this kind of world where this type of stuff is accepted, it's scary.
Okay, we're gay, but we're in Barnes & Nobles, and there's a kids book section, a gay kids book section, and this shit is crazy. Look at this. Okay, there's the gay BCs, right? Bye-bye binary. Bye-bye binary with a mohawk on a baby. Gay BCs, you're not ready. Hold this. Okay. What? A is for arrow and ace. B is for bi. This is crazy. We're gay, but this is crazy. What? For a baby? Okay, E is for equality. We'll take that. The F is for family. Okay, we're getting better. Okay, why did it start so crazy? Just for hope. It got better. I is for intersex. It's pushing it. For a baby, this is pushing it.
J is for joy.
J is for joy. We'll take Tio and Tio. That looks nice.
These two girls is what I consider normal gay people, normal lesbians, which are just normal people that like to be partnered with the same sex. Nothing weird, nothing crazy. And even they are not in agreement with whatever is going on in this world. This new generation of gayness. It's crazy when normal gays are against what's being pushed nowadays. Even they are against it. It's crazy. It's just wild when even the gay couple is like, whoa, hold on, this is pretty gay. It's levels to the gayness nowadays. Now, I'm about to show you a very, very sad video on the effects that all these things I'm showing you guys have on kids. You know, these churches, these books. The video is very disturbing, so you've been warned.
You're a boy, right?
No, I'm a girl.
Who told you you're a girl?
Mommy.
Oh, I see. So mommy told you you're a girl?
I consider that child abuse. A modern way of child abuse. To tell your son that he's a girl, to cause that kind of confusion in him as he's growing up, it's probably one of the worst ways you can abuse a child today. I don't know where this world is headed to, but from what I can see, it's not anywhere good. Like I said before, try to save the ones closest to you, the ones you care about, because that's the only thing we can do.